Welcome to week 9 of the plan, and tonight's topic is injuries. So before we get to tonight's topic, for you people who have been following my plan for the last 9 weeks, I'll ping it up here so you can have a look straight away. Again, tonight's topic is injuries. I'm doing it for a reason because my foot is doing my head in at the moment. So the running has turned into a combination of swimming, biking and strength training. You've always got them to fall back on. It happens, you just sort of work with it. And then we decided to go to North Wales and there was no swimming pool. I couldn't run on my dodgy foot, although I did try an hour's run. It was okay. Tonight's subject is injuries and I'll go through what I did to sort that out. So I'll ping this away, and it just goes to show that things happen all the time. So it all spurred from doing a marathon too early. Go figure. It's not on the plan to run that distance at this time, and that's what happened. But also, instead of just zone 2ing it, I really wanted to get a PB. I did, but it wasn't as fast as I wanted. So, injuries. Before I go into this is what I've found works for me. I'm not a physio, I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor. I've been running for God knows when, about 30 years. I used to be an international athlete. I used to be a hurdler, so I know what pain is because I grew up with back pain. Firstly, to avoid injuries, one of these bad boys. Now, this is not a replacement for a physiotherapist. I often visit my physio. He's taught me a lot. Now, this is used very regularly. It also comes with different attachments. Now, this is quite a softer attachment. I usually use this weird looking thing because that really pinpoints and targets certain areas that really do hurt. So a lot of the areas are things like hip flexors, around the hamstrings, the quads close down to the knee, the calves, the shin muscles all down by there. Actually, the bottom of the foot is a really important place to massage. But most importantly, where I've noticed everything is attached, that's what my physios have always taught me over the years. Around the top here, really eases it off. And more than anything, all along the sides here. And the way I do it, I just lay on the floor and relax in the living room, watching a bit of telly, and I just stick this on all over. It's up to you, really. It's better if you do it because you can feel where it hurts. Or sometimes when you come around, I'll just show you what's standing up now. When you come around here to sort of the upper sort of hip flexors here, you feel it like a tickle. Even down the sides, you feel it like a tickle. And if that's the sensation, that means it needs a little bit of attention, and then it just dissipates. Another thing is regular stretching. Now, this is the problem. When I was a hurdler, I didn't stretch enough and I was lazy, and I just thought that turning up to races, especially in hurdling, where you flex so fast, following all of that, I went literally about 20 years in back pain because everything was so tight, and my physios eventually taught me how to get rid of all that tension. There's loads of videos out there. Have a look at different stretching techniques. Please go and visit the physio and have a chat, regular updates, and just keep on top of anything to avoid injuries. Things like this really do help. So first of all, ibuprofens. The physio told me that you can take these like an antibiotic course, sort of 1-3 times a day for like 4 days. And that will, after a race or hard training, if you've got niggles, that'll help reduce inflammation and hopefully speed up recovery. Sleep is also really important. More local to the spot, ibuprofen gel. Whoops, upside down. That's had a hammering, as you can see. I like to put this on the spots before I go to sleep. Happy days, there all night. Deep heat. That's the opposite when the inflammation has started to go down. This is a few days later. For you first aiders out there, the first protocol is rice, not literally basmati rice or something of the sort, but rest, ice, compression, elevation. So this is my lovely ice pack. You can grab these anywhere, Amazon, eBay, whatever. And yeah, the ice pack can go anywhere. You can strap it around any injury and just leave it there for up to 15 minutes. So there we are. Lovely. That's just to sort of help make it comfortable if you have an injury. Remember, time is the best healer. And sometimes, although many of my injuries do tend to go by themselves, you do need that professional help. So do what you need to do, but I hope some of that give you an idea of what I do and other athletes do.